Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, Cleveland Browns fans. We need to talk about a development that's shaking up the team in a pretty serious way. It's a story that hits close to home, literally, and it's about a major blow to their offensive line, which, as you all know, is the backbone of any successful football team. This time, it's about Dawand Jones, the young, towering tackle who's been seen as a bright spot in Cleveland's offensive line. But unfortunately, things took a turn during their recent game against the Green Bay Packers, a game that, despite the narrow 13-10 victory, will be remembered for reasons beyond just the scoreboard. It's about Dawand Jones suffering a knee injury that's now confirmed to be season-ending. Yeah, you heard that right. The injury happened early in the first quarter, a moment that no Browns fan wanted to see. It was a play that, frankly, raised everyone's eyebrows. Packers safety Javon Bullard dove low at Jones's legs, and that kind of play, as you know, can be dangerous. It's a tough moment for Jones, who's been working so hard to develop and solidify his spot in Cleveland's front five. Now, the Browns confirmed on Monday that after undergoing an MRI, the results were clear. Dawand Jones will miss the rest of the season. It's a huge blow, not just for Jones personally, who's still so young and still trying to find his footing at the NFL level, but also for the Browns' offensive schemes. Jones, standing at an impressive 6'8" and weighing 374 pounds, has had his fair share of durability concerns throughout his career. This isn't the first time he's faced setbacks, and now, for the third consecutive season, he'll be sidelined with an injury. That's tough for a team that's been hoping he could develop into a cornerstone at left tackle, a long-term solution to protect their quarterback and stabilize the offensive line. Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, didn't hide his disappointment. He said it's obviously disappointing for the young man, and you can tell he genuinely cares about Jones. Stefanski mentioned that Jones will battle back, he'll rehab, and he'll come back stronger, but there's no denying the setback. The coaching staff is now faced with the challenge of adjusting quickly and finding a way to fill that big hole on the line. And let's be honest, Cleveland's offensive line has been a work in progress all season. With Jack Conklin also out for the past couple of games due to an elbow injury and an eye issue, the team has been shuffling players around just to keep things afloat. Cornelius Lucas has stepped up on the right side, and they've had some other options, like second-year tackle KT Leviston, but nothing has been quite steady enough to give fans peace of mind. But the story doesn't just end with the injury. This situation is almost a microcosm of Cleveland's entire offensive struggles this season. The Browns currently rank 29th in the NFL in points per game, averaging just 15.3, which is a pretty stark number when you compare it to the league's top offenses. It's clear that Cleveland's offensive production has been sluggish, and that's putting a lot of pressure on quarterback Joe Flacco, who, at 40 years old, is doing his best to lead this team despite a less-than-ideal offensive line. Flacco, who's been thrust into the starting role after Deshaun Watson's injury, has faced some tough defenses and has struggled to find rhythm. Against the Packers, he finished with just 142 passing yards and threw an interception. Those numbers aren't going to cut it if Cleveland wants to climb back into playoff contention. Despite the struggles, Stefanski has shown confidence in Flacco. He's expected to remain under center for Week 4's game against the Detroit Lions, a game that's shaping up to be a real test for Cleveland. The Lions, with their explosive offense and tough defense, will be a big challenge, especially with the Browns now trying to piece together an offensive line that's been battered and bruised. It's a situation that's forcing Cleveland to look deeper into their roster to see who can step up and fill those crucial roles. The team's offensive struggles have also led to questions about the coaching staff's game plans. Stefanski openly acknowledged that it's their responsibility to design plays that give their players success. He said, "It's our job as coaches to design game plans that allow our guys to have success." Obviously, with the passing game, you want your quarterback to be clean and be able to make those decisions from clean pockets as much as you can. It's a tough job, especially when injuries keep piling up, but it's part of the challenge of coaching at this level. And Cleveland's current situation is a clear reminder of how fragile things can be when key players go down. Looking ahead, Cleveland is now a 8-5-point underdog against the Lions next week, according to ESPN Bet. That's a significant line, and it underscores just how much the betting community and analysts are factoring in the team's injury issues and offensive struggles. The Browns are desperate to get to a .500 record this season, and every game becomes even more critical now. They'll need to rally, find new ways to generate offense, and hope that their young players like Jones's replacements can step up when it matters most. This entire saga also brings into focus the importance of durability in the NFL, especially at the tackle position. Jones, despite his immense physical tools, has been plagued by injuries, and it's a stark reminder of how the league's most promising young talents can be derailed in an instant. Browns fans, you know how much hope you've had riding on him, especially considering his potential to be a long-term anchor on that line. Now, the team has to adapt without him, and it's an opportunity for other players to step into the spotlight. Cornelius Lucas, who's been a reliable veteran, is now more crucial than ever, and the spotlight shifts to young players like KT Leviston, who will have a chance to prove their worth. Meanwhile, Cleveland's offense continues to look for consistency, and that's been a recurring theme this season. The offensive line's struggles have directly impacted Flacco's performance, limiting his ability to operate efficiently and make those big plays that could turn the game around. The coaching staff is under pressure to improve their game plans, to adapt to the personnel they have, and to develop a rhythm that can carry them through the tough stretches. It's not just about one game or one injury. It's about building resilience and adjusting on the fly, something every NFL team must master if they want to contend for the postseason and beyond. So in the grand scheme of things, this injury to Dawand Jones might be a blow in the short term, but it also sparks a bigger conversation about the team's depth, their ability to adapt, and their resilience. Cleveland's season is far from over, but the road just got a lot tougher. The coaching staff, the players, and the fans all need to rally together now more than ever. This is when character is tested, and Cleveland has a history of overcoming adversity. The next few weeks will be critical, not just for their playoff hopes, but for building a team that can withstand the inevitable ups and downs of an NFL season. And of course, Browns fans, it's always about looking ahead. This injury might be a setback, but it's also a chance for new players to step up, for the team to show their resilience, and for the organization to rally around their young talent. Cleveland has a passionate fan base that's been through a lot, and I know you're all hoping that this tough patch will lead to growth and a stronger team in the long run. The Browns have a rich history, and even in tough times, they keep fighting. So stay tuned because this story is far from over. The season is still unfolding, and Cleveland's story is still being written. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.